up, YouTube?
Oh, yeah!
Back in the garage again. And it seems like every time I come out in this garage, there's a new car sitting here that needs work, that's taking time away from this thing that needs all the work, basically. Towncar, hasn't been on camera in a little while. A lot of people actually thought I got rid of this car because it's just been kind of sitting in storage, collecting dust, basically. But I still got it. For those of you that don't know, this was the very first car I ever did patterns on. This was kind of my learning experience. Had a lot of fun painting these. Ideally, I should probably flow coat this thing, which means sanding everything down and putting another coat of clear on. I kind of stopped short of doing that because I was happy enough with it. You know, it looks good. But you can see a little bit of like, if you catch it in the light, you can see a little bit of texture from the graphics. You can see a little dieback on the clear in some spots, and you can feel them. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with it still. For as much as I drive this thing, I just haven't done that. And then I do plan on painting the sides at some point. But again, it looks good enough for me to drive around and have fun. So I just haven't. You know, it's like if you keep trying to go on the cars, it's like they just sit around and you never really get to enjoy them. They're always torn apart and you're always trying to make them perfect, hoping that somebody on Facebook or YouTube doesn't judge you, and you never really get to enjoy the car. So, but it's getting to the point where some of the stuff's kind of bugging me. It's getting a little bit of, you know, a little bit worse. It's got some chipping and stuff along these edges. You know, it's got some wear and tear type stuff, just because it is a 97 Towncar. But yeah, if you guys don't know anything about this car, it was a stock grandma car. Cut a giant hole in the roof. Did the Starlight headliner in it. So it's got them twinkles. You know, she be twinkling. She be twinkling. Let's take a look at the trunk. Obviously, she's juiced. 4 pumps, kind of a very untraditional 4 pumps. Did a whammy tank down here. Eventually, I would like to redo this trunk setup and do 2 whammy tanks for the 4 pumps. And I got 12 batteries in here right now. I think it's kind of overkill, really. I think I'm going to dial it down to do 8 batteries. I think I can make the trunk real clean with 8 batteries. Because I was doing 2 banks of 6 batteries for the front pumps. But honestly, I like it better with... I've wired the last 4 batteries together, so it's basically 8 batteries worth of voltage running to the front pumps now, just using 12. But I like it better with 8 batteries running to the front pumps instead of the 6. It's a lot hotter, even though it's not 2 separate banks. It's 1 bank firing both front pumps. It just feels a lot snappier. They're just regular street pumps, you know, nothing too fancy, just Blackmagic street pumps with some mix match motors. This whole setup, I basically just robbed stuff off my shelves to make this setup. So it's got some really old school CC pumps that actually, kind of funny, came out of this car when I first got this car. It had 4 pump CC setup in it. So those old, they're from like 2001. Those old pumps are running the rear, and they're doing pretty good, actually. Got no issues with those. But I would like to redo it a little bit, clean this up, because I kind of rushed this a little bit just to get it on the road. It does do the trick, but I kind of messed up on my measurements a little bit. I could have ran these batteries in a little bit tighter. There is a gap here, which the batteries they move around a little bit, and it dented the quarter panels a little, which isn't the end of the world because I have not painted it yet. But yeah, fun car. 3 wheels real easy. this is all the way laid out. So this is my only beef with this car right now is I don't mind the back. It'd be cool to have it a little bit lower, but honestly, as much three-wheeling as I do, I kind of like having a little extra height. If I had it lay lower, I wouldn't have very much spring back there. I'd probably have to get a taller cylinder to have it tip over real easy. I got it bridged and everything in the back, but I don't have any chains, and it three-wheels really easy. But the front, I got 4.5 tons in the front, full stack. Cadillac uppers, chrome, reinforced lowers. But I was kind of hoping it was going to break in a little bit, and it just, it's taken a while. The car really only moves about that much on the front when you hit the switch. So what I'd like to do is take apart the front end, take the spring out, probably knock a coil off of that, just to get the front end to lay a little bit. Because if I could actually get some throw on this thing and get a couple gas hops on it, it'll compress those springs and break those springs in a lot quicker. My plan was to kind of back bumper this thing a whole lot, and I just don't do that, you know. I did win the double pump belt in my area pretty much by technicality. So there's just not a whole lot of competition for double pump around here. But really, I don't care about being the highest hopper. As long as this thing will, you know, get with it a little bit and have some fun, that's all I really care about. And right now, with not having enough movement in the front end, it's not that fun. So I like jumping a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to actually make this thing a hopper. So yeah, that's my goal right now, is to get this front end tore apart. Just got rid of the tape deck, you know. Got a little brittle on me trying to take it out, but no more cassettes. Put that sucker in, just cheapo Bluetooth. Man, I thought that was gonna be easy. I thought you could just, you know, wire it up. But these things, since they got an amplifier in the back, you gotta run this special plug back here and run that all the way up front to tie the speaker wire into the CD player up here, because the speaker wire actually hooks up in the trunk on these cars because of the amp. So that was a chore. So got that done. Now I'm gonna tear this front end apart and cut a coil off. Oh yeah, look at that. Much better. Much better. I took a coil and a half out. I don't like to mess around. You know, I don't want to have to pull the coil, pull it back out and do it all over again. So I like to cut too much out and then cry about it later on when I cut too much out, and then just have to go get new springs and then park the car for a couple years because I cut too much out the first time. Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do. Yeah, it's a lot better. I like that. Let's see how much ups it's got now. There's something in my front bumper that's popping. I think it's the reinforcement, but you can hear it going over bumps sometime. It's like I don't know, it's probably not good, but let's see. Oh yeah, she got some throw now. That's enough of that. But yeah, she's working good now. Hit him up. No gas. All brakes.